Ah, how are you?
I am not ready for
Not
this
ready.
week.
So this is going to be a good week for us.
Literally, I am off the cuff. I've got a
Off
couple of small thoughts, but I'm pretty much off the cuff.
small thoughts off the cuff. I feel like I've done less this week than I normally do,
Yeah.
but I don't know if it's because I updated my sheets to do more automation. Oh, quick, do your plug. Do your plug. We're a little off. I don't have my Westgate shirt tonight. I don't know where it is.
We're a little off, but this is the disappearing beer. See, you see it and you don't see it, but it's 805 and it's the cerveza. It's the one that has a little bit of lime in it. Just a little bit. It's brewed with lime. So there's a little zestiness to the beer this evening. Just a little zest in it.
A little zest. Like, are you in pajamas already?
I am stonewalking. I am in my festive Christmas shirt and hat.
Oh, those aren't pajamas.
No.
Okay.
No, this is just a shirt. It's actually, one might say, a festive dress shirt.
A festive dress shirt. Okay.
We can't all pull it off, granted. I understand that. And this is going to give me a black eye by the end of the night. Other than that.
Well, I know you've taken balls to the eye before.
Hey,
in a previous
tonight, lad.
life.
You watch yourself. Behave yourself. You're on TV.
That might have been your in your Campbell era. Might have taken
my Hannibal Lecter, like
no Campbell
with a nice Chianti.
Oh, when you were living in Campbell, you had a couple
Campbell, mate.
You might have had a couple of interesting evenings over there. Perhaps
interesting.
Balls to the eye,
to say the least.
Yeah. All right, you want to get going? Well, we started off pretty good for off the cuff tonight.
Yes.
I texted you this morning. Oh, fuck. What are we going to do? This game's awful. Don't know what to do.
I don't even know anything about tonight's game. I know nothing. Haven't seen it. I know not one piece. Literally zero.
Well, let me tell you.
I don't know scores, plays, nothing.
It was 42-0 at halftime.
Who?
Raiders.
Oh, my gosh.
They won 63-21.
Are you making? I'm looking this up now. Are you making this up?
It would not surprise me if Staley was fired already. Richard Sherman on the telecast said they might want to make history and just fire him at halftime. It's 63-21.
Oh, I've literally just pulled it up now on Stat Tracker. 63-21.
42-0 at halftime. The second largest lead in NFL history.
No way.
Well, remember, I sent you the text this morning. I was like, I don't know if Houston sticks that much worse than Justin Herbert, but have the Chargers given up? Are they like dead as a doornail? And I think we got the answer tonight. Like, they probably won't win a game the rest of the year.
I'm gobsmacked. I'm speechless. I'm looking at this thinking, unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, believe it. And I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I did one extensive write-up in the preseason for our futures, and it was on the Los Angeles Chargers. And I said, don't be surprised if they go something like 6-11.
We love that.
You know, absolutely. Yes. I was pounding the table a million times. I'm going to go Chargers under 9.5. I'm going to go Chargers under 8.5 on the alternate spread. I was doing it all the way. And then we got to Reno and there was no alternate spread. I had to go 2 games worse. And I kind of backed off that one a little bit.
But we're still hitting it. We still hit it. It's all
I think that one clinched last week, I think. I think we're getting paid on that one. That was a plus 120. Yeah, we're cashing that.
Let's get some money in the pockets.
Good start.
Oh, my God.
Good start on the week. Let's look at the recap here. Bears. That was a great pick.
Yeah.
Mostly by you. I didn't have the guts to pick the Bears on my solo operation, so kudos on that one. Houston Texans. Abject disaster. That was just a letdown. I had it written down on my notes, like, is this a letdown game for Houston after they beat Denver? I still went with them across the board. Lost all of them. Minnesota. What can you say about that? 3-0. Push.
It's a push. It's again. against the Chargers, who obviously based on tonight's can't score on anybody.
Well, no, they played the Raiders.
Yeah, tonight they did, but didn't who did? Oh yeah,
Minnesota tied the Raiders.
That's right.
Who didn't score against Minnesota, and they scored 63 points tonight.
63 on the Chargers. Yes.
Yikes. Yeah, the Chargers are cooked. But Minnesota also missed a field goal. They had the opportunity to kick a field goal at the end of the game to make it 6-0. Decided to do a field goal kicker punt, which I've never seen before. Yeah. So anyway, ended up in a push there. Denver was a great pick.
Great pick.
Dallas was money in the bank.
Great pick. It was a good week all around for me. I went 5-0 in the pool. I went something like 12-4 or something in the CBS, 12-2. The picks just nailed it. Absolutely nailed it this week. Bloody loved it.
We were 3-1-1. I've got to fix our season record. I got to go back and figure it out because I'm 2 games off. 39-27-2 does not equal 70. So I got to figure out where I missed 2 games along the line. But 39-27-2 is 58.8%. I mean, that puts us in pro. That puts us in pro caliber material.
Pro territory.
So if we did $1,000 unit, and we put up these kind of numbers, we would be 15 to 18,000 on the season.
Yep.
100%.
So yes, we would be.
Something to think about.
No, I do think about it. Probably shouldn't, but I do.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I think it's something to think about. All right. Let's transition into this week's games. We talked a little bit about the Raiders already. Absolute ass whooping of the Chargers. So we started off well in the community pool, 2-0.
We like that, didn't we? We took that today, right?
We took that in the community pool. Yeah. Instinctively, I liked Raiders. You sent me a text back. I think this is the first time on the Thursday game we've both been on the same side and the same total.
Yeah, good one.
So, all right, let's go to 3-4. Bengals, Vikings. What do you like?
You'll have to lead off on all of these today, and I will.
I'm going to have to lead off. Okay. When we did that, we didn't do so well last time I led off. All right, so I'll give you my thoughts again. I think I did.
I didn't say we were going to take your picks. You're just going to lead off.
No, yeah, well, we don't. And I have less this week than normal. So my questions about this one are the quarterback situation for Minnesota, I think, is a problem. Yeah. And you really liked the Bengals last week.
I did.
I was on the Colts last week thinking that Browning was going to show some signs of not playing very well. That didn't happen. He got banged up a little bit, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. So I was anticipating you really liking the Bengals in this game, even though we have a lot of futures on Minnesota.
No, I lean Minnesota in this one. I think it's a better position for them. I like them going into this game as a dog. I think their defense are hard to score on, evidence last week. If Raiders can just put up 63 points this week and 0 last week, and, you know, Brian Flores they're going to be ready. They'll have a good defense ready for the game. I do worry if we've got Nick Mullins at quarterback. I think that it's, there's, Justin Jefferson's playing.
Is he going to play? He played like 5 minutes in the game last week.
As far as I'm aware, he's playing. I'll double check while we're on. But I think it's a good spot. I'm not like, it's like I can leave the game alone. But if I have to bet, I'm taking Minnesota +3.
All right. Let me check. This game at Westgate looks like it's going to lean 3.5.
Yeah.
And at Circa, it's also got a little juice on the -3, but not as much as Westgate. So I've got pregame pulled up as we're doing this, which I usually don't, but I'm going to do it for tonight. All right, 5-6 Colts Steelers. I've got Colts are better when they play at home. I've got Pittsburgh with a little bit extra rest. My numbers spit out the Colts should be a -2.5. up to -4, 4.5. So if I had to pick this game, I would probably lean Colts. What do you say?
I'm not a huge,
oh my goodness.
I don't like the Colts. What have you done there? I don't like the Colts right now. I like the Bengals, as you know, big time last week. I knew it was a a time for them to take a little bit of a beating. I'm not a fan of the Colts. I think the Steelers are going to win the game.
So you like Steelers as a dog?
Steelers as a dog, they win.
All right. Yeah. What's next? See, this is getting all messed up here, so I can't do all this creative crap. It's got to be bigger.
This is making a mess of me. You're making me look unsteady.
No, it's fine. What I probably have to do is just go to use my other screen. That's all right. We're doing some editing on the fly here. That's fine. All these tricks we could do. All right. What do we got here? 7-8 Detroit and Denver. This is another game I thought you would absolutely love. My stats are leaning Detroit up to a -5, in which case the Westgate line would be, let's take Detroit. But I think we should go Denver. The note that I did not suggest last week, that's based on my data, is that anytime Denver plays on the road, that outlier game that they played against the Dolphins where they gave up 70 points is in the data twice. It's in the season, the total season data, and it's in the road data. So I had a note of that. I didn't say that last week. I picked the Chargers like a moron, but I wasn't expecting Herbert to get hurt either. I think 4 of my 5 QBs didn't finish the game last week. That's tough to win. But I think we should go Denver. I think we both like Denver. You've been fading Detroit for the last month at least, if not longer. So I think we should go Denver.
It's an interesting one for me. I don't like Detroit, as you know. I've been fading them. I think their defense is terrible, absolutely shocking. Their offense will score on Denver, though. Denver, I think Denver was pretty much a cover three team that Goff loves to take advantage of. The interesting thing for me in this game is this is a high scoring game. I think the total's a high total, and I lean Denver. I don't like Detroit, but I lean Denver. I'm a little bit unsure about them. They're in my second tier of picks this week.
We've been good on the second tier.
I like them at +4. I like the points. That's what I like about it. That's what I like.
All right. Let me see.
Where's my other?
Let me see if I just minimize this. What happens? Nope. Then you just disappeared entirely. All right. And I hope I can get you back.
Because I got them at +4 now.
I hope I can get you back. Oh, I might have to redo this whole thing right now. Mother, father. All right, let's scratch that. Why doesn't it pull up? Why doesn't it pull up and you're not back? All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring McNasty back here, and then we're just going to completely ditch all this creative stuff that I'm trying to do, which irritates the hell out of me. And we're not going to be doing any of this scene switching. So if you liked all that, sorry. I don't know why Zoom does that.
For the technical glitches and the ineffective transitions that take place during the course of this show.
Yeah. No, it's fine, except something's going on with the synchronization of this stuff. But anyway, we're back. We'll just leave it here. This is where we normally have it. It's fine.
Still watching. Thank you for your patience.
And we're back. All right. So we're going to the Sunday game. So it sounds like Denver's a possibility.
Are we watching the Denver-Detroit game? Are you coming on down? Are we going
I got to figure that out.
Have a little snifter.
I've got to figure that out.
I've got my evening is available.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Let's do this.
I do like that as an option, Denver.
Okay. We'll throw that one on the board. How about what's next? 9-10 Atlanta, Carolina. Carolina's dreadful. I was on Atlanta last week. I think they actually played pretty decent. Coop, and my analysis on that game was it's going to be a close game. I could see Atlanta kicking a walk-off field goal, winning by 3, covering the 2-point spread. Well, instead, he misses 2 field goals. Yeah. They give up a safety. Ritter throws an interception on the 10-yard line. So that was about a 15-point swing. I still really like Atlanta this week. I think I might be on them in multiple pools.
Good. I can't touch this game. It stinks.
Okie dokie.
Panthers they do suck. Atlanta's at home. I mean, it's a 3-point favorite. I mean,
Atlanta's on the road.
Sorry, Atlanta's. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm looking at the other side here where it's back to front. Atlanta's away, plus 3.5 on this side. Well, minus 3.5 on this side, -3 there. I'm not taking it. It's garbage. It's a garbage game.
Okay.
Panthers could actually win the game.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't
think so.
Yeah,
I think Atlanta's underrated in this spot.
Yeah,
I think they're better at home.
Garbage.
But I had some of their road stats. I think they've covered their last 2 games on the road. They beat the Jets outright and covered. And then I don't remember the game before that. But
not touching it.
11-12, Browns, Bears. This is probably going to be a sword fight for us because you liked Chicago last week. I would take Cleveland this week. Not to say that Chicago is poor. They've been playing much better. Their defense hasn't been getting any attention at all, but they've been one of the better defenses in the league. I think they're only giving up like 13 points a game the last month or so. So I do think they play really well against Detroit. So I think that some of their recent games are inflated. I'm going to go with Cleveland's defense at home, shutting down the Bears. I don't think 3 is too much to swallow. I like Cleveland.
Yeah, you're right. I'm on the other side. I like Chicago. I like Chicago more when I can get 3.5, which I can get in a couple of places.
When you were sick that week, I was going to blow your mind with some of these stats.
I'm not sold. I'm glad you didn't because I was sick. I'm not sold on Joe Flacco.
Well, no.
And I think Joe and his Zimmer frame against Chicago defense is going to struggle. I don't think they're going to score a lot. Yes, the Browns defense is solid. They've not been playing as great recently as they were. They've got some injuries. They're a little banged up. Justin Fields and the boys could take advantage of that. I want Chicago to lose because of my bets. I want them to lose. But where I can get them at plus 3.5, I'm on them. Lose by a field goal to the Browns. I can't bet it here with +3, -3.
Yeah, those are
no juice for us.
You've been listening to some pro cappers.
I'm listening to all week.
I would show you some stats that are just mind-boggling for this season. Okay. Where it's actually -3.5 has been better than -3, which has been better than -2.5, which is completely backwards from what you want.
Yeah.
But that's that. All right. 13-14. I thought we were going to be on the same page on some of these. This is one that I think we might be on the same page on. I like Green Bay here. Green Bay, even though they're coming off the Monday night loss to the Giants, I told you, watch out for that game. That's not as bad a loss as people think. I think this is a bounce back spot for Green Bay. I don't think Tampa Bay should have won the game last week against Atlanta. So I think Tampa Bay is a little fraudulent. I like Green Bay coming back in this one. 3.5 doesn't bother me too much, although Tampa Bay, I think, is 6-1 ATS on the road. What do you think?
I think Green Bay is a better team. I do agree with you that Tampa Bay were flattered last week, even though I liked them in the spot and got the result. I think that my only concern, I love Green Bay and they need to come back. We'll talk about the Giants game last week with them in a second, but they've got too many people injured and it does worry me. If Aaron Jones plays, that's a huge deal for them.
He hasn't done shit this year. Don't base anything on Aaron Jones.
When he plays, yes. Stats when he plays, they're way better than when he doesn't play. A.J. Dillon is not Aaron Jones, not close to. Christian Watson's had a good couple of great games. Reed's injured. If they don't play, there's not a lot. And Love didn't get a lot of love from me last week. He didn't look great. So we'll see what happens. But I'm taking him, but I'm a little nervous.
Where does this rank? Is this on your tiers anywhere, or is this on the backside of your page?
It's on my second tier.
Second tier. Okay. So I'll throw Green Bay up here. I'll throw Green Bay up here as a possibility. Okay. This is new and exciting for the audience. Let's see if I can get the squares somewhere.
Even I'm excited.
Yeah.
Let alone the audience.
Next one, we've got 15-16, Tennessee and Houston. Don't have a great feel for this game. The question I wanted to ask you is really, how do we feel about Houston just in general? 2 weeks ago, they squeaked by Denver. Russell Wilson throws 3 interceptions in the second half.
I had Denver.
And I think you rated Houston lower than I did. And then they went up to New York, and I took them last week, and they got absolutely blasted. I think they're banged up. I don't know what the status is for Stroud. I don't check a lot of the injury stuff until later in the week. So I don't know how good Houston is. I don't really love taking Tennessee, even though they won on Monday. So I don't have this one on my board. What do you think?
Oh, I love this, Tennessee. It's my one of my top bets of the week. If I'm taking a team in a position that I like, Tennessee at home, coming off a really, really big win against Miami. They've got a hell of a QB in the making. The guy's a stud. I really like him. I think they've got weapons healthy. They're at home. They're pumped. They've got a banged up Houston Texans team. They
are banged up, that's for sure.
This is a good win for Tennessee, and I like it a lot.
I like Tennessee. I like not giving up a field goal at home. I like the fact that Houston's banged up. I'm not in love with Levis as much as you are. But I could, if we're scratching and clawing for a 5th game, I could lean Tennessee.
I love Tennessee. Love it.
You love Tennessee. They're top tier.
Got them in everything.
Okay. What do we got next here? We've got 17-18 Saints, Giants. For me, all the stats, my spreadsheets love the Saints.
Yeah, you should.
I've got them 8, 9, 10 and a half. But I don't think I like the Giants more than the Saints. I think the Giants are playing solid football. They won 2 games. They went to the bye. They beat Green Bay. But I think that's probably their peak.
They're done, buddy. They're done. DeVito's had his day. It's over. Saints. Smash them out of the park. It's a double-digit win in the Dome. The Saints. He's coming down flat.
Okay.
Like a lead balloon from.
You've been too high on the Saints all season. You know, their ATS record is like 1-9 or 2-9.
You've got to go back and watch these because I have not. What I have been is very low on the Giants, and rightly so.
Oh yeah, that I can confirm.
And I've been right on until the last game, which they should have lost. They got lucky. They were against a team that didn't play well, and
they haven't lost since October.
And
I'm just kidding.
They're terrible.
They're not terrible.
They're terrible.
They were terrible earlier in the season. They're not terrible.
They're coming in here and they think they're great now, and they're not. And what's this DeVito thing that they do? It's just stupido. What a way.
You don't like him just because he's Italian.
It's got nothing to do with Italian. I love Italian.
Oh, I know. Well, I know. I mean, they're.
I love Italians.
You might have a little unconscious bias towards Italy. I just want to throw that out there. It might, you might have to do a little, little meditation, mindfulness on that.
I love it. This is a Saints all day long. This is a top bet. This is my number 1 bet of the week.
Oh my God.
And I'm not high.
You can't take the Saints number 1 in anything. I mean,
in this position, I love it. I got -5, -5.5. I'll take -6, baby.
Wow. And you're like obsessed with these point spreads too.
Roll me a new one.
All right. I'll give you the Saints over there.
Bingo, bango, bungo, baby.
Okay. Well, let's get off that one before you say anything else that's ludicrous.
Yeah, you're going to love the next one.
All right. How about, oh shit. Dolphins, Jets. For me, spreadsheets, I love the Dolphins. I think it's a bounce back spot for the Dolphins. I wouldn't touch this one just because I think the Jets are too unpredictable.
Yeah, it's an absolute stay away game. Absolute stay away game. Dolphins got their ass kicked. They didn't look good. Tyreek Hill, I hope he's out injured because then I'm going to make money on my CeeDee Lamb bet. But I don't want to bet it. I'm not interested.
Yeah, I don't. This game makes me uncomfortable. So let's go 21-22. Niners, Cardinals. I defer.
Arizona all day. Arizona to cover all day. The Niners don't need anything flash. They just need a win. They don't want to get injured. They know that they're going into a team that they should beat. They'll win by 7, 8, 9, 10 max. They'll protect a few players. It's getting serious. They know they're the best team in the NFC. They see a little squeak from Dallas looking good on their heels. They're just going to go win. Arizona coming off a bye. They're going to have nice and fresh. They're going to have fun, and they're going to come play well.
Is it in your top 5? I made this mistake last time. Is this game in your top 5?
Top 5.
Top 5. So we're taking Arizona officially.
I'm taking Arizona everywhere I can get them.
All right, so that is going to be one of our picks. To recap, the strategy heading into the season was we were going to pick the 49er games. Every week, we were going to pick the Niner games. The problem with that was I am now 2-11 picking the 49er games. So a few weeks ago, I deferred to McNasty. If you want to pick the 49er game and it's in your top 5, it should be in your top 5. Then he was sick. I forgot about all that. We're texting back and forth, trying to do all this stuff via text. He loved the 49ers against the Eagles. I was on the Eagles. I was wrong against one of my 12 losses or whatever it is. So Arizona Cardinals will be in. They will be on our ticket because the Cardinals are in McNasty's top 5. I wouldn't take this game either way.
No, I didn't think you'd take it. I thought you'd ignore it completely.
Well, and I'm like totally gun shy on the 49ers. I'm like scared to death to get anywhere close to the 49ers. So, let's move on. 23-24, Rams, Washington Commanders. This is a game I really like. This one's on my list of games to play. It makes me a little nervous. I think teams coming off bias have done exceptionally well this year. I need to go in my data and look at that. I haven't looked at that. It's just kind of anecdotal at this point. I think the Rams are playing pretty well. I think the Rams have been top 10 offense the last 3 games. No shame in losing to Baltimore on the road in overtime. I thought that was a feisty performance. I expected them to not play that well. So showed me a little character there. I like the Rams -6.5.
Yeah, so I'm not playing this game because I just don't know which way it could go. I think it's going to go over no matter what. I think the Rams are going to get a lead. I think Sam Howell's going to be slinging it, which is good for my bet on him on the passing yards. I think they're going to chase the game. I have a sneaky feeling the Rams might pull it out, but Commanders coming in off a break. It could be a close game. You never know. I just don't want to bet it because I don't know which way it's going to go, except I would put all my money on the over. That's it.
Okay. All right. Next. Not Rams. We're going 25-26, Buffalo, Dallas. This is an interesting game for me. I like to fade teams in a letdown spot. So emotional big game the week before. What happens the following week? Well, it just so happens that both of these teams are in a potential letdown spot. So which one do I think has further to fall emotionally? I think it's Buffalo. I think getting over on Kansas City is a bigger hurdle than Dallas beating Philadelphia because they beat Philadelphia last year. They were close and probably think they should have beat Philadelphia twice this year now. So now they're in kind of, we need to throttle down and keep the lead. I think Dallas is the better team. I think this might be a buy low spot for Dallas. Don't love that it's on the road, although both teams are traveling from the Midwest to Buffalo because Buffalo was in Kansas City. So I'm not sure the travel's going to be too big of a deal there. Weather factor I haven't looked at. I think Dallas is the better team. I like Dak. I like what they're doing. They've been more consistent the whole season. I like Dallas +2.
As you know, I've not done a lot of looks this week. I'm going off a lot of just memory, instinct, knowledge, and my usual filthy good stuff. But I like Buffalo. I like Buffalo at home. They're 6-6. They're not in. They're not safe. Dallas, or what are Dallas? 10-3?
10-3, but so you're trying to. What are they playing for? Dallas is playing to win the division and get a home field on Philadelphia.
Absolutely, and they've got a couple of games coming up that are not too difficult, and a couple that are difficult. They've got a mixed bag.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo have to pretty much win 3 or 4.
Yeah, wouldn't you like one of those to not be against Dallas?
Okay.
Would you rather play Dallas or Carolina in this game?
If I'm Buffalo, I'd rather play Carolina Panthers.
Oh yeah, so it does matter.
But I'm just saying, I think they're in a must-win spot. I think they're a good team. KC's not a good team right now, so I don't think. I mean, yes, it was a good job that they won that. It was good for them. I don't think it was a huge win. I think they expected to win, should have win. I picked them to win. It was a good win. And I wasn't even worried about that win. I think they win here too. I think this is a good spot for them. I think Dallas have had a good run. I think it's going to be a tight game, but I think Buffalo are going to sneak the win at home. Dallas won't like it outdoor in the cold.
No, and that is a concern. That's actually my only concern for Dallas. That is my only concern for Dallas, is the potential weather factor.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, moving right along. We got 27-28 Baltimore, Jacksonville. Again, I was anticipating being way more on the same page in these games. I was excited about a nice, quick, efficient show because we were going to agree on everything. And, I haven't been right. What about this one? I would take Baltimore. I question how good Jacksonville is. Baltimore squeaked one out in overtime against the Rams on a punt return. All my data says Baltimore is superior. I think Baltimore is a better team. I would go Baltimore -3.
Yeah, I love Baltimore in this spot. I think it's just a good opportunity for them to hand it to a team that's not really firing on all cylinders. As you know, I've been fading Trevor Lawrence this season. I
can't even see him anymore. He faded him so much.
I'm sneaking in, and my underbet might still cash for me with this team. And
that might be a little bit of a reach, but
don't know. I don't think they're playing well. I don't think they're very good, to be honest. So I like the Ravens -3. I think it's generous. I think Ravens are good to win much more handsomely than that.
So you think it's buy low Ravens?
No, I like Ravens. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, my spreadsheet spits out Baltimore 9.8 points better.
Yeah.
Pythagoras goes like 2 or 3 points better.
Yeah.
Do you worry at all? Do you worry at all about Baltimore looking ahead to San Francisco? Since you mentioned the Niners are just going to kind of take it easy, do you worry that Baltimore is going to cruise control into Christmas night?
I think that they're anticipating that the game on the 25th is a precursor to the Super Bowl. I think a Baltimore Niners Super Bowl is highly possible. I think the Niners will win because I got money on them winning the Super Bowl, so I hope they do. But
this is from the guy who says he doesn't let any of his bets affect the way.
I'm just adding
these games.
Editorially, it's not impacting.
This is also the 8th consecutive week he's mentioned Sam Howell, which has to be a record on any show.
I did not mention Sam Howell last week once because they weren't playing. Don't even go to it. Don't even mention it. Didn't even mention it.
Okay, you were on a bye week with Sam Howell.
350 yards he's getting this week.
Wait a second. You know what I need to do? Let me put Sam Howell up here.
Oh yeah.
Let me get Sam Howell. You know what? I'm going to do it. I don't have an image of Sam Howell. I'll have to cue that up for next week. But we're going to go ahead and
do it for next week when he throws for 400 yards this week.
You know what? Hold on.
No, we haven't got time. Move on. Come on.
I want to get one that doesn't have the white background. Okay.
Oh my God.
Here we go. There we go. We got to get Washington on here.
Unnecessary.
From Paris to DC. Next week, we got to get a Sam Howell photo in here. So, actually, you know what? Is that guy Sam Howell? That looks like Sam Howell.
Me and Sam.
It's you and Sam. Or you must be the brunette then.
So I look good. Yep.
All right. So, okay, we like the Ravens. Chiefs, Patriots. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with the Chiefs right now. Bad loss. I didn't like Mahomes' reaction after the game. Stop crying. I think that was way out of character for him. I would expect under normal circumstances that the Chiefs would go in there and absolutely beat the brakes off of New England. But I don't know if they have that gear right now. And Patriots defense isn't terrible. They haven't been terrible recently. I don't trust either team in this one. So I would stay away.
Yeah, I agree with the stay away. I do fear a little bit of the Chiefs coming in for a smackdown, a beat down on them. But exactly like you said, you hit the nail on the head. I don't know that they've got that in their arsenal right now. As much as that was what we would expect of the Chiefs on a regulars, they're not good right now. They're not firing.
Yeah, they're not great.
Leave them alone.
Yeah. All right. Wrap it up. 31-32. Eagles, Seahawks. God, what did my numbers spit out here? My numbers spit out Philadelphia -2. So that would be taking Seattle +4. I don't know what the quarterback situation is in Seattle. So my question here is, do I trust Seattle's quarterback, regardless of who it is? Or do I believe this trend that the 49ers and the Cowboys have done, that they crack the code on the Eagles, where they basically don't really rush and they make Jalen Hurts throw darts against a lot of people playing coverage? So I don't know where to go on this one. Throughout this season, I tend to lean Philly. I just don't know. I like home Monday night points with the dog, but I have question marks about the Seahawks quarterback, regardless of who it is.
Seahawks need the win. We know that. They've played really well, I think, in the last couple of games. And
have really well?
Well,
they played okay. Factoring in they played Dallas and the Niners, right? Tough competition.
Tough competition. And they played up against tough competition. They're in form, except for the QB. Geno Smith plays, I'm taking the +4 in a heartbeat. If he doesn't play, I'm watching the game on the sidelines.
Okay, so
not taking Philly in this game. I'm not either not playing it or the Seahawks.
Or taking Seattle. Okay. So where does that leave us? Where's our 5? We know the Arizona's in.
Yeah.
I think Baltimore's in.
So, yeah.
And then we got to figure out the rest.
We've got Arizona. We've got Baltimore. We're leaving. We're leaving Minnesota alone.
Yeah, I like Cincinnati. You like Minnesota. That's a sword fight. We both like Denver. We both like Green Bay-ish.
Do like Denver. Yes.
I would be more likely to go Tennessee with you than New Orleans.
Tennessee,
I could go Tennessee with you.
I'm surprised Tennessee's not in your top 5 this week. I really am. I thought you'd like that spot for them after the way they played, the way they're going, what's happening to the Houston Texans. I would think that you'd like this spot.
For me, it's more of an anti-Houston move than a pro-Tennessee. I kind of wrote Tennessee off a little while ago. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad. I expected them to get blown out against the Dolphins. I thought they were going to get wiped off the field, and they didn't. So they're still showing some sparks, some spunk, some fight. Certainly, they could win this game. So I could go Tennessee if you want to go Tennessee.
Oh, well,
that's in your top 5, right?
Yeah, Tennessee's in my top 5.
All right, so let's put Tennessee in. The only bad part of doing this is trying to get all the squares the same size.
Oh, God.
You love the Saints. I don't know if I could go there with you.
I do love the Saints. You don't need to do that. What about Denver?
I love Denver this week.
I do too. I got Denver. I like Denver.
Well, you said you liked them, but you were for some reason the week that I thought, oh my gosh, we're going to be all in on Denver because he doesn't like Detroit, and you go wishy-washy on me.
No, I'm not wishy. Well, yeah, I am a little wishy-washy. I'm like it's a tier 2 game for me because I'm just a little nervous of their defense against.
Why?
And also their run defense isn't great, and so the Lions are going to run the ball on them. They'll pound them a little bit. But I think I think Denver's a better team against Detroit's absolutely shittier defense.
I think Denver's just playing solid playoff caliber football. They're pretty good on offense. They're pretty good on defense. They got a balanced attack. Yeah, they stay in every game.
Limit the errors, Russell. Limit the errors. They win the game.
So if you want to go Denver in.
Denver in.
Okay.
It's not right centered. Get it centered.
No, I'm going to stagger the other one over here.
I know. I'm just messing
like
with
it, like that, like a pyramid.
Your OCD is going to come into play again. I've got to get that. Hang on, there's an extra millimeter. In fact, the gap between Baltimore and Tennessee is smaller than between Arizona and Baltimore.
It is, isn't it? You know, we need to fix that. Might be hard. That's better. It might be a pixel off. Could you lean closer into the camera so you could take a little closer look?
It's me old mince pies. So what's our fifth pick going to be?
Well, we've got Green Bay on the board. You like the Saints. I don't know if I could go with the Saints.
That's all right. We've already agreed that you don't like him as much as I do.
So my list was Cincinnati, Denver, Atlanta, Cleveland, Green Bay, Rams, Dallas, and Baltimore.
Rams.
Hold on. Before we go,
Baltimore.
Before we talk about the Rams, I just put this back up here. Just as a reminder. It's like, here's you and Sam Howell.
Absolute nonsense. It's nonsense. We've just been cut off from YouTube for that nonsense. No longer.
Hey, I select, is this made for children? No. Every time.
We have to with your debauchery on here. So what
actually else? I thought you would, you know, a little flattered by the size of the tower there.
Yes. Yeah, of course I am.
Next week we might find a different graphic. All right.
Le Tour de Fel. Okay, so we got to pick one more.
Yeah. Probably not New Orleans.
What about Atlanta then?
I do love Atlanta.
They're playing Carolina. They might as well not be playing. Might as well be playing nobody, and they've got to win by at least 3. Why don't we take Atlanta then?
I like Atlanta primarily because I think they lost last week, but they had all those miscues, missed field goal, safety, interception, and they were still winning and covering with 30 seconds left in the game.
Right.
So, and then even then they got, London caught the pass at like the 3-yard line. He wasn't going to score because he got destroyed by half the defense. But I don't think Atlanta's that bad. I wanted to take Atlanta against New Orleans, and I flipped my pick like an idiot. I wanted to take Atlanta against the Jets, and I didn't have the guts for it. So finally, I was going to take them at home against Tampa Bay. They just had a bad game.
Yeah. They
didn't play that bad. They just didn't score.
Yep.
So you like the ATL?
I'll take him. I've not really looked at the game, but I'll go 100% with you.
That's a little scary.
Oh, I just noticed I didn't put my picks in for the Pick'em League. Oh, and I'm in first place, and I missed picking.
You missed tonight?
I got him in everything else, and I missed my Pick'em League. You're killing me.
All right. So that's going to be our 5 right there, yeah?
Yeah.
Let me get the Saints off of here. But just for the record, you liked the Saints. I think I liked Green. I expected you to be hotter on Green Bay this week.
I do like Green. I like Green Bay a lot. I'm just a little bit nervous about the injuries on the offense. That's all.
So just for clarification, you like Atlanta -3 at Carolina more than Green Bay -3.5 with the injuries against Tampa.
Oh no, I love Green Bay. I'm taking Green Bay everywhere else, but in this league with you, based on what you like here and the points, I think I feel a bit more comfortable taking Atlanta -3.
Okay.
Against the lowly Panthers.
All right. So that'll be our 5. Denver, Atlanta, Arizona, Baltimore, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And we have to get our pick in a little bit earlier. Oh, no, we don't. No, we don't. I'll put them in. I usually put them in Friday morning, so it's all right.
Okay.
Cool. We good. That's a wrap. You got any closing thoughts? How'd we do? 44 minutes? That's not bad. It's not bad.
Well, we had a good week last week, and we had a good week individually. You went 4-1. I went 5-0. So we're looking good in the pool.
I had a shitty circa.
What's happening? You did have a shitty circa, but you
shitty circa and a shitty pregame because I went with my tier 2s in RYP.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah. That's why I'm more likely to take chances in that one.
Yeah.
I should take more chances across the board in all of them.
Yeah.
So
yeah. All right, let's rock and roll. Let's get on to our little other
rock and roll community pool. Here we come. Thanks for watching. Peace.